Hello, my lovelies. How are you doing? My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Natasha on all platforms. I'm here to do your full moon in Aquarius tarot reading. Now, if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. I do tarot readings and yoga classes for both the new moon and the full moon and the equinoxes and the solstices and basically any kind of astrological event that's happening. But this is for our second full moon in Aquarius. So our first one was in July. The second one is coming up on August 22nd. And usually we're just going to do a little bit something different for this and for the yoga class. So usually if you do my yoga classes, you know, I connect the classes to whatever chakra the zodiac of the moon rules. So like this full moon is in Aquarius. So we would do, you know, what chakra rules Aquarius and kind of base a class off of that. But I've been doing this for almost 2 years. And I feel like we should switch it up a little bit so it's not the same kind of, you know, we've gone through multiple full moons in Aquarius. Now this is the second one in a row, so we're just going to do something different. And I'm going to be connecting the yoga class to tarot. So if you want to try it, check it out, do the yoga class as well. This is of course just going to be the tarot reading, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how it connects to this full moon in Aquarius and kind of what the energy is and what's going on. Before we get started, I'm going to light some candles. I got this love candle from TJ Maxx. You know, always a good thing to be manifesting and bringing in love. So we're just gonna let that sit there. And I have some tea light candles here. There we go. I'm doing this on my desk. I was playing around with like maybe doing this from my bed, but the lighting is just better here, so we're gonna do it here. So let's talk about this full moon in Aquarius before we get started with the reading. So this full moon in Aquarius, like I said, is the second full moon in Aquarius that we've had in a row. Now, this full moon is also considered a blue moon. Now, you might be asking yourself, because I asked myself the same question when I saw this. I saw other creators being like, oh, it's a blue moon coming up. And I'm like, isn't a blue moon, you know, the saying like once in a blue moon is when there's 2 full moons in a month, but it can also be when there's an extra full moon in a season. So normally throughout one season, we have only 3 full moons, and in this one, we're having an extra one, a 4th. So it is considered a blue moon. So, you know, that saying once in a blue moon, it's kind of rare. And again, this is the second one in a row in Aquarius. Now, here's what this is saying to me, and here's what the energy is saying to me. The very collective energy, and this was what I pulled if you watched my new moon tarot reading. I believe we pulled the Hanged Man, and I've been pulling that like almost every day. I've been pulling it for my clients. Like the Hanged Man is the energy, and it is that very stuck energy. This is collective. I've heard it from my clients. I've heard it from my followers. Like we're all feeling very stuck, and this full moon coming up is all about getting unstuck, right? It's about release. If something still feels off, or if something you still feel stuck from the last full moon in Aquarius, this is the time to work through it. This is the time where we're finally going to get some relief from this limbo, this purgatory, and we're kind of start to get unstuck. The vibes here, and especially with Aquarius vibes, Aquarius always is different. If you know Aquarius, they're usually different. They kind of go to the beat of their own drum, they do their own thing, and that's what this energy is about, is that we're stuck, we need to try something different, try the opposite, step out of your comfort zone, once in a blue moon vibes, do something that you wouldn't do normally to get yourself unstuck, challenge yourself, see things from a new perspective, try to see things in different lights. But let's talk about in tarot. So we have the Hanged Man, that's the energy that we're in. After, and this is in the major arcana, this is the order that they go in, we have the Hanged Man. And then guess what comes? Death. The death is the transformation. It's death and also rebirth. After that comes Temperance, which is, I pulled this card. This was my card of the week. If you get my emails, this was the energy of the week, which is balance, patience, kind of growing where you are. Instead of trying to massively grow upwards, we just went through death, right? We had something die. Now, it doesn't mean someone's going to die. It just means we had something in our lives die that, you know, it died and now we're reborn. So we had to take some time to regain our balance. We have to have patience and just kind of moderation and balance. And then comes the devil. And so the devil is saying, okay, what do you still need to work on? What are still the negative things in your life, addictions, temptations, all that jazz? Then comes the Tower, which if you, the Tower to me is the worst card in the tarot deck. I don't want to say the worst because like it's not always bad, but the Tower is major unexpected change, like catastrophic life change. Like usually the Tower comes when you haven't been listening to all the cards previous, you haven't been listening to the Hanged Man, you're putting off whatever needs to die, you're not practicing patience or balance or moderation, you're deep in the devil energy. The Tower will come and rock your shit and just completely shatter everything. It's depicted as lightning striking a tower. Like your tower's gonna fall, but guess what comes after the Tower? The Star. And the Star is the card of Aquarius. The Star is the light at the end of the tunnel. The Star is, okay, we just had this massive uprooting, this massive change, this massive Tower moment, and it's okay because we can rebuild. There's still hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. The Star is hope and goodness and, just coming out of that darkness. So that's the energy. We kind of started in the Hanged Man. I think that was, we're kind of still there, and that was also the energy of the new moon that we just had. And we're going into death, we're going into temperance, we're kind of identifying our devil energy, hopefully maybe avoiding a Tower, but hey, sometimes it has to happen, and then we're finally going to come through with the Star. So that is what this energy of this full moon is about, and that's also what we're going to be doing in my yoga class. So if you're interested, I'll put the link in the description box, but the yoga class will be based in that transition from the Hanged Man to the Star. We're going to just kind of incorporate tarot and yoga, so it's going to be really cool. So I'll stop rambling, put my notes aside, and we're gonna get started. All right, so the decks I'm using is the New Moon Tarot. I'm obsessed with this deck. It was a gift, and it's just so shiny, and I love it, and I love the artwork. So we're gonna use that for tarot. And then we're using the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck by Amanda Lovelace. Again, I've just been really pulled to these decks lately, but that's gonna be our Oracle deck. So we're gonna pull tarot first, and then we will clarify with the Oracle. So I'm just gonna shuffle here. While I'm shuffling, take some time to breathe. I have very small hands, so like don't mind me. And my carpal tunnel's getting pretty bad, so I'm difficult. I honestly think it's from shuffling tarot cards because for some reason the thumb on this right hand is just like pained when I do this, because look how small my hands are. This deck is like the size of my hands, and it's not a very big deck. So anywho, I'm gonna stop talking for a second, and you can just breathe, get some tarot ASMR. All right, my friends, take a deep breath for me. And let's see what comes up. One of my favorite cards just came up. All right, let me flip this around for you so you can see what's going on. All right, so we have the 5 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups, and the Emperor. I just love these cards, they're so beautiful. All right, my darlings, let's talk about it. So the first card that came up is the 5 of Pentacles, and I think the 5 of Pentacles is kind of how a lot of us are feeling, and right beneath that we have the 10 of Wands, and I feel like both of these are like current energy. Remember what I said about the Hanged Man? We're feeling stuck, we're feeling not so good, we're feeling like we're just in this energy of like, what do I do now? Where do I go? And 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands is the 5 of Pentacles is loss, misfortune. You know, it's kind of like stuff catches up with you. You're like, oh, I've been not paying this bill, and now all of a sudden like debt collectors are coming at my door, or I've just been ignoring this thing that I know is wrong or bad, and now I came to call. It can also, again, like I said, be the card of financial loss, or just like loss in general, just like feeling down, feeling alone. It's a card of feeling very lonely. It is we're not feeling good in the Five of Pentacles. And the Ten of Wands is the same. Ten of Wands is burnout. You are burnt out. Your wands are burnt, like, we're done, we're over it. But here's the good thing, is that we're coming out of this. This is like where we're coming out of. It's not where we're going to be anymore. And I think the Ten of Wands also plays into a little bit. The Seven of Cups also came up, and then the Ten of Wands after, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But I feel like the Five of Pentacles and Ten of Wands is like where we're at right now. We are stuck. We're burnt out. We are tired. We've been through a freaking pandemic that's still kind of going on. We've seen so much in our physical world, especially if you're a millennial like me. We've seen just so much loss, so much misfortune. And that's how we're feeling. We're feeling burnt out. We're just like over it. We are done. We're done. And, we're moving past that. Again, we're getting unstuck. We're coming out of that energy. So that's the good thing. And we're going right into, after the Five of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is, she is, or they, kind of any gender, is trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, just doing what you want, to doing what feels good. Again, we're coming out of this energy of like this loss, and now we need to do what feels good for us. Clearly what we were doing before led us to the Five of Pentacles, and led us to the Ten of Wands, and led us to that hangman of just being stuck in the Five of Pentacles and Ten of Wands. Why would we don't want to do that anymore. We need to move forward into something new and trust our intuition and trust our gut and know that we're on the right path. And one of my other favorite oracle decks, the Postcards from Liminal Space, has a card that says the enemy of intuition is self-doubt. And that's what's coming up for me for the High Priestess. Is you know what you want to do, but for some reason you're not doing it, or you're ignoring it because of self-doubt, because you're not sure if you deserve it, if you're worthy, if you're good enough, if it's going to work out. I'm telling you, trust your gut, trust your intuition. And after the High Priestess, we have the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is, I think this is where we're feeling that enemy of intuition is self-doubt energy. The Seven of Cups to me is the self-doubt, because traditionally the Seven of Cups is depicted in the Rider-Waite deck, the traditional tarot deck, as like someone's looking at all these cups, and all these cups have something different in them. And it's options, right? We're like looking at, there's 7 cups, and we're like, I don't know which one to go with, which one to take. I just came out of this like Five of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, like burnt out, loss, like misfortune. I'm trying to trust my intuition, but I'm looking at all these cups and like, I just don't know which one to pick. There's a cup with a dragon in it. There's a cup with a snake in it, a real mean looking snake. There's a cup with gold and jewels. That's how it look, what this card is depicted as in a traditional tarot deck. And we're like, I don't know, like, I don't know. And this is where that self-doubt's coming in, because that cup, that one that led you to the Five of Pentacles, that one that led you to the Ten of Wands, that one that led you to that really negative, stuck energy, that's the cup with the snake in it. But it looks nice in like a shiny gold cup. Maybe it's, you're making lots of money doing that job, but you're miserable, or like whatever it is. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be career. It can be a relationship. It can be just situations in life. But you're looking at that cup with the snake in it, and you're like, well, I really like that gold cup, but there's a snake in it. Like, don't choose the snake. Don't choose. I mean, I like snakes. To be fair, I like snakes, but I'm talking about like a mean snake. Like, this is not a nice snake. You know what I mean? Choose the cup with the jewels in it. Choose the cup that you actually want. And maybe it's not even, here's the thing, maybe it's not even the cup with the jewels in it. Maybe it's just the cup with like, I don't know, like a puppy, or like something nice that's not going to bring you the most. And it still might bring you a ton of abundance, right? Like, I'm not saying it's not going to, but I'm saying that maybe you've been choosing the golden cup with the snake in it because you want that gold cup, but it comes with a snake. Maybe it's time to choose the gold cup that comes with something nicer. Maybe, it's something you actually want that, yes, you might have to work harder for. Maybe that cup's a little bit harder to reach. Or, the cup with the snake's down here, and you're like, well, I can just take that cup snake and just like, be bitten. Or I can work a little bit harder and reach for that higher cup that I actually want. And it's going to be a little bit harder. Yes, it's going to take more energy, but I'm trusting, I'm in my high priestess vibes, and I'm trusting I know that that's what I want. I know that that's what I want. And guess what? After the Seven of Cups, again, there's the Ten of Wands energy. So that's, again, the reminder of, like, if you choose that wrong cup, if you choose that cup with the snake, or you choose the cup with the dragon, it's just gonna lead right back to the Ten of Wands. You're gonna be burnt out again. Like, stop choosing that cup, because if you trust your intuition and you go with the High Priestess and you trust your intuition, we got the Nine of Cups right underneath the High Priestess. Following your intuition will lead you to your Nine of Cups. And what is the Nine of Cups? This is the wish come true card. Literally paradise. Literally your wishes come true. Like emotional fulfillment. I mean, that's the Ten of Cups, but that comes right after the Nine of Cups. This is like baby emotional fulfillment. You're happy. I've seen it depicted as kind of like an island of paradise, and traditional, it's like this dude who has all of his 9 cups and he's super happy. It's your wish come true. It's what you've always wanted. It's what you've always wanted. So, stop picking the thing that's going to send you right back into the beginning of this cycle. Remember, at the beginning, we were talking about this cycle of, like, the Hanged Man. And then the Hanged Man goes into death. And then after death comes temperance. And then after temperance comes the devil energy. And then the Tower. And then the Star. If you're choosing that, the thing that has made you into that burnt out, into that loss, misfortune energy, if you keep re-choosing that thing, you're going to still be stuck. That's what's keeping you stuck. You keep choosing the wrong cup. You're just like, no, I'm going to keep, maybe it's going to work out this time. Maybe it's going to work out this time. Maybe it's going to work out this time. But it never works out. It never works out. We keep just being sent right back to the beginning. We keep being stuck in that Hanged Man energy again. It's like, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You're not moving. Because you keep choosing what you know you'd maybe, and I'm not saying that cup with the snake in it is bad. It's not terrible. It's just like, it doesn't serve us anymore. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's bad. I talk about this. I'm divorced, in case you didn't know. And just because I'm divorced, it doesn't mean my marriage, my entire marriage was terrible. It doesn't mean it was wrong. It doesn't mean it was bad. It just means it ended. And that's okay. It's okay. And it's okay if you find yourself still choosing that thing over and over, because we have to learn. It's a lesson that we have to learn. But it's time to step out of that. It's time to move on. It's time to choose a different cup. And I know it's scary, and I know it's like, oh my gosh, like it might be stepping way out of your comfort zone. It might be a giant risk, but the Nine of Cups awaits you, and the High Priestess is telling you, trust your intuition. And then right after the Nine of Cups, we have the Emperor. This is boss energy, like level up energy. Like, you will level up if you can make that choice to choose the cup that you actually want, instead of choosing the cup that you're like, well, I think, like, maybe society told me that I need this, or someone else told me that this is the path I should follow. Like, stop it. Follow the path you want to follow. Trust your intuition. Trust your High Priestess, because it's going to lead you to the Nine of Cups, and you're going to level up hardcore. This is boss energy. Like, I hear, I don't know why, like, Britney Spears, like, oh, you better work, bitch, in my head. Like, when the Emperor comes up, like, yes, you're working hard. Yes, if you choose this cup that you truly want, yeah, you might have to work really hard for it, but it's what you actually want. You're actually enjoying it, and you're leveling up because it's what you actually truly love, and it's what you're trusting your intuition, and you're just going for it. So I don't know. I love this energy. I think, you gotta take a risk. You gotta trust your intuition. Like, again, the enemy of intuition is self-doubt. Stop doubting yourself. You got this. I promise you got this. Now let's go into our oracle deck and let's clarify a couple things. Let's just see what we can get clarified here. Again, this is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle by Amanda Lovelace. Very inclusive, very beautiful artwork. And it has people of all bodies, people of all genders, people of color. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. All right. It is very large, though. My baby hands are struggling. All right. Take a breath. Let's see what comes up. I love it. It's so beautiful. These cards are so beautiful. All right, let me turn this around and show you what we got here. All right, we got mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. Look at this card. Like, it's so beautiful. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. Again, gorgeous. And stars, you can manifest your every wish right over the Emperor. Look at it. Would you just look at it? So beautiful. All right, now I'm going to interpret in my way, and then we're also going to read the descriptions from the guidebook from the oracle, because oracles are up for interpretation. So I'm going to tell you what I feel, and then we're going to talk about it, and we're going to read from the guidebook and see what the author says. All right, my darling. So the first card we have is Mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. I think, and this is over that Five of Pentacles, Ten of Wands energy. I think this is to help that burnout, to help that feeling of just, I'm dead, I'm tired, I'm burnt out, I'm like so tired of working so hard. It's time for some self-care. It's time for you to self-care it up and treat your body the way it deserves to be treated, because it's beautiful and deserving and worthy. And yeah, let's see what the guidebook has to say about this card. You've been feeling self-conscious as of late, but the answer isn't to change anything about yourself. The answer is to learn to love the body you've been given. Avoid those crash diets, that extreme exercise, and any other unhealthy behavior. Take strides towards a healthy mindset that accepts yourself as you are, not what you feel pressured to be. Because you could have, another reason why we might be feeling burnt out and in this lost energy is because of diet culture, because of we've been trying to change ourselves when we just need to accept ourselves as we are. That's tiring. I know how tiring it is to try to force yourself to be something you're not, to just like, I mean, trigger warning this for an eating disorder. I've had an eating disorder. I know what that's like. It is Five of Pentacles. It is Ten of Wands. And no more. It's time for self-care. It's time to treat your body like the palace it is. Right after that, we have Lioness. You've earned all your stripes. And again, this is right over the High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. This is that the enemy of intuition is self-doubt. Like, you are amazing. You've earned your stripes. You've earned the right to trust your intuition. You've earned the right to choose that cup that you actually want. You've worked your butt off, and now it's time to do what you love. This person on this card is chilling by the beach. They're reading a book. They're unapologetically them. And this is very Nine of Cups energy. Actually, I've seen the Nine of Cups depicted as like a beach scene, like a paradise vacation. And it's right over the Nine of Cups. So let's see what the guidebook says about this one. Naturally, sometimes growth comes with a little scarring. You've come incredibly far, and you should be proud of the person you've become. Think of your scars not as a reminder of the pain you've had to endure in the past, but as proof that you can survive anything. I love it. It's beautiful. You've come so far, and you should be so proud of who you are, and know that you can trust yourself. You're so strong, and you know what's best for you, and you can trust yourself and trust your intuition. And again, as this card speaks to, is you have the scars. You've been through it, right? And because you've been through it, you know you can trust yourself. And it's time to do just that. Now the next one, Stars, you can manifest your every wish. Right over the Emperor. I mean, come on. Like, the Emperor is the manifester. He can manifest, they can manifest anything. It's that boss energy, Let's see what this deck has to say. It's time for you to take your goals and turn them into your reality. Create that dream board. Wish on those shooting stars. Write in a daily manifestation journal. Cast a spell. The universe is waiting to give you exactly what you deserve, given that it's best for everyone involved. Keep in your mind that you also need to believe it. Believe that you deserve it. You also need to believe that you deserve it. Yes. That's the Emperor energy. The Emperor knows that they deserve it because it's the Emperor. Like, again, boss energy. Like, the Emperor doesn't think about like, oh, I don't deserve this. No. The Emperor's like, no, I fully deserve this. Like, it's mine. It's already mine. Like, I've worked my butt off and it's mine. So yeah, that's the energy, my friends. If we want to get unstuck, if we want to get out of that Five of Pentacles, that Ten of Wands, you need to trust your intuition. And like I said, this also, again, what did I say at the beginning when I was talking about how the full moon in Aquarius vibes is like, we've been stuck, we need to get unstuck. How do we do that? We try something different. You choose a different cup. You trust your intuition and you try the opposite. You try the opposite of what you've been doing for so long that's brought you to this stuck, Hanged Man, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Wands energy. Try something different. Try the opposite. See things from a different perspective. Oh, maybe that cup actually, that cup in the back there, it might be not as, it's kind of dingy, but you know, it actually has what I really want in that cup. I'm not going to go for that really shiny cup with the snake in it because we know that doesn't work. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try that cup back there and see what happens. So that's the vibes. I love it. I will see you for the yoga class. Again, it's going to be a little something different, so I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, that is all I have for you for this reading. If you'd like to book a personal reading, I'll put the link in the description box. I do offer personal readings. It's not something I do a ton, but if you'd like one, I will put the link there. I will see you for our full moon in Aquarius yoga. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know if this reading resonated with you. And yeah, I don't know, I'll see you in the yoga class. Have a wonderful full moon, and I'll see you next time.